Okay, hello class. Today we are going to start with our civics chapter, that is chapter 3, electoral politics. Right. So in this chapter we are going to learn about elections, why elections, and in our country what makes election democratic. Is it good to have political competition? What is our Indian system of election? So these are the contents which is there in this chapter. So first of all, let's see what is election. Election is a formal decision or a process, you can say, wherein the population of that country is given the right to choose an individual who is going to be the representative. Okay. Election, the word election can be also said as electoral, which means the process of introducing fair electoral systems. Here, to elect, what is the meaning of to elect? To elect means to choose or make a decision. And so sometimes other forms of ballot are also there. For example, here they have given about US. Especially in US, they have referendums. What is the meaning of referendums? Referendums means it is an occasion where all the people of that country can vote for a particular political question. Okay, a particular, that means before the thing or before it becomes a law, the people are given the right to vote for that particular question or particular law. That's why it is known as referendum. It is referred as an election also over there, especially in US. So to elect means to choose or make a decision. Now, why is it important or why it is compulsory or why it is advisable to have an elections? Like, because elections are giving the what we say a complete proper meaning of democracy. What's our constitution saying? Our constitution is there, which has all the rights and the rules, the regulations. It's for the people of that city country. Right. So here, when we have elections, the people, the population, the citizens, they are having the right to elect a person, to elect a representative who can be there, or that person and his party can be there in the government, and they can rule the country and they can implement the laws which can be beneficial for the people over there. Proper economic development of a country takes place. That's why elections are held. And elections takes place regularly in any democracy. Okay, that does not mean if the elections are there and the party is being selected, then the party is going to rule for the lifetime. No. We are having regular intervals where the election will be held again, and the people, the citizen, is going to select. If they will see whether the ruling party is doing well, then they can elect the same party. Otherwise, they go for other party. Right? A rule of people is possible without any election if the people can sit together every day and take all the decisions, right? But we know that it is not possible because we are in a large community. So all the people sitting together and taking decision is not possible. That's why we have kept this process of election wherein a representative will be selected who will rule or who will work for the benefit of the people of that country. Okay. Therefore, in most democracies, people rule through their representatives. And what makes election democratic? Conditions of a democratic elections. How we can say that election means democratic? First is everyone should be able to choose. When we are giving the facility of vote, what should be there? It should be free and fair election. Everyone should have only one vote, and one vote equals to one value, and equal value. That is the first point, which is making election democracy. Second one, there should be something to choose from. That is, parties are there, candidates are there, okay, who are free to contest in election, and they give a real choice to the voter. The voter is having ample of choice to from where which representative they feel that is apt for the position. To rule by from behalf of the people for the proper economic development of the country. Third one, the choice should be offered at regular intervals. As we know that election, if we want free and fair election, then that should be held regularly every few years. Right? That means here we know after a span of 5 years we have election again, then again after 5 years. So what is that? Well, within that 5 years, the elected representatives, their party is having the time to prove themselves to work for the country. The people, they are always seeing that what is happening there. Then they are having another chance again, then again another chance, wherein they will decide whether the winning party is going to come again or there will be any other one. Fourth is the candidate preferred by the people should get elected. Other opposition parties also have to listen to the decision of the people. Whoever the people has selected as the candidate, or the person, the candidate preferred by the people, will be elected. Fifth one, elections should be conducted in a free and fair manner where people can choose as they really wish. No candidate or no party should bribe the people. They should not threaten the public. Free and fair election should be there. Vote, each and every person should be given the facility of voting, and one vote equals to one value and equal value. So these are 5 points which is showing us that election is democratic. What makes election democratic? Next is various forms of political competition. Now, when all these things are there, when elections are there, people are given the right to vote, and whoever they are selecting that the candidate preferred by the public will be selected. So, when all these things are going on, there are different forms of political competition happening. First is competition among several candidates for party tickets, competition for top position in the party, competition among different political parties. There is not only one, there are so many parties. Right? So there is competition between the political party that they should be or their candidate should be selected by the people and that their government should be formed. So there is competition among the political parties, competition between several candidates at constituency level. And if there is no competition, election will become pointless. Right? Why the competition is considered as fair over here? Because when we are having other candidates with us or other parties with us who are competing with us, then only we have that feeling, okay, so there are others who are good, who are wanting to come in this position. So they should do their maximum best. Then only the people, the citizen will select them. So there is always to for that so that the next 5 years also after the 5 years they have been selected again. So there is a competition between the candidates and the political parties so that they can do their maximum best and the people select again the same candidate or the same party on the next election. So if there is no competition, then the election will become pointless. Right? If there is no parties, if there are no different candidates, then there is no meaning of election because if only one party is there, only one candidate is there, then that is not a proper election because there is no need of election because we have only one candidate or one party. So when we have different parties and different political parties competition is going on, then only election is having some point. Otherwise, it is pointless. Now, in this political competition also, we have our merits and demerits. So, what are the merits and demerits that we will be doing in the next section? So I believe whatever points we have completed, we understood that. First is, what is election? It is a formal decision or a process wherein the population chooses the individual or select the individual to rule on behalf of them. Why we need elections? Because all the people sitting together and taking decision is not possible because we are in a large community. So we want a representative on behalf of us who is going to rule the country or the government who is going to rule the country. And we always need free and fair election wherein each and every individual will be given the facility of voting and one vote for each and every individual and one vote is equal to one value and equal value. And why do we need elections? Because altogether we cannot rule. We need a representative. And what makes election democratic is the 5 points which I have mentioned earlier. Everyone should be able to choose. There should be something to choose, that is, parties and candidates should be there. The election should be held in regular intervals. The candidate who is preferred by the people should be elected, and there should be free and fair elections. And political competition is, of course, an advantage because otherwise election will become pointless. There is competition among political parties and several candidates. Now, what are the merits and demerits that we will be doing in the next session?